I'm gonna give this Dell XPS 1 A2010 a full service, guys. It's over 10 years old. Poor CPU has been suffering. It needs thermal compound changed. These fans are clogged up, and if you saw my last video, you know the PSU on this one went, so that's the replacement one, and we know it works. And just gonna in between give it a good clean so it just lasts a few more years and it doesn't heat up so much. Because I don't want to damage the screen or anything, so I've got it on a tea towel here, and that's the back of the PC. Now, to open it, I remember the first time I had to, when I was working on this, I was looking everywhere to open it and I couldn't find it. Now, at the bottom underneath, if you look, there's one screw here and one screw there. And if you guys have seen my other all-in-one Lenovo opening, it's very similar. So I'm going to go and undo those two screws, and this glass base is perfectly lined so you can absolutely reach it like that. Alright, and it doesn't get in the way. And just unscrew, and it's similar type to normal standard laptop screws. So put that to one side and open up this one here, and then push down and pull away. There we are, nice and easy, and it comes off. There you go. So first of all, I want to get rid of this part here. There's no set rule, guys, you know, you slowly have to work your way through. So I'm going to get rid of this chassis like holding support part here. So there's a screw here. See that come off. Alright, for this what you're going to need, obviously thermal compound. I use MX-2 and sometimes I use MX-4, I believe. Alright, I find this one really good, Arctic. You're going to need some compressed air. Alright, okay. Now I'm doing this in winter and it's absolutely snowing outside, so I'm going to use a hoover because I don't want all this dust to go all over my house. I'm going to have the hoover near it, and with one hand I'm going to brush, one hand I'm going to try to catch all the dust. What else do you need? Obviously you need some tissue, and it's very ideal if you can get isopropanol. It's a liquid, and what happens is when you clean with it, it just dries really quickly and it gets rid of all the gunk and stuff, especially thermal compound. Highly recommend it. And I always have some earbuds to get in between those little places where the thermal compound just... So you're gonna get a bit noisy. Did I show you the paintbrush, little one? Okay, so we're gonna get in between. So I've got to open as much as I can, like before in one of my other videos, and then we'll take it from there, the cleaning, okay? So if you saw my other video, I opened only enough to get to this guy. The reason I'm wearing gloves now is for static, because I'm going to go more and touching more of the motherboard and components. So this is a good way. Roll up your sleeves and just use rubber gloves so you don't get static. Static can damage your microchip components and so on. So let's do this. So please managed to get this to work. I've told the proud owner I managed to get it work, and he was like, "Ah, brilliant, I'll take it back. Thank you very much." And I'm like, sure, no problem. It saved me the trouble of trying to find another home for it. I absolutely hate throwing good things away, and I absolutely love this one. I even love it. I wanted one, but I found out about it too late. Okay, I'm going to give this hard drive internal sector service and so on. Okay, now this guy is very important. His main job is to keep the PSU cool, and with him I am going to actually this time take him off from here. Now grab this here if it wants to come off. Doesn't really want to come off. Now I might leave it Alright guys, yeah, I might do just him on there because it's reluctant to come off, and I'm not gonna create extra work for myself, and the wires are very, very thin. Now in the whole of UK, guys, there was only 3 people selling this PSU. If you try to sell this old computer on eBay, people are only offering about 100 or 150 pounds. This computer, when it came out 10-11 years ago, was worth over 1,000 pounds easily. That's what I've been told. Alright, I have seen one of these on the internet and the guy wants 2,500. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, 3 people selling the PSU. Oh yes, call it here. And one guy, the other 2 guys wanted over 100 quid, but one guy I managed to negotiate for 40 pounds for this power supply unit. So there's not many out and about, and I've got to take that off again. So it was here, the clip. I think that's the part that actually cut me. Okay, so one finger under, push it in, and then slowly prise it off. There we are. All right, undo the cable management, take him around there. All right, so what I'm going to do is blow here, compressed air, and just give you a quick clean, because this is a used part as well, but it's much better conditioned than the one that actually broke inside this guy. Never leave your power cable on there when you open up a computer. Always take it off a good 10 minutes before you're going to open anything. So just let everything discharge. Because on this one, when you have the power on, it's got power to the motherboard, and I've seen some LEDs still staying alive. So that one's done. Now, got to open. Now to open this guy, the CPU you can just open by these 4. But I want to open this guy to give him a service. So here is a screw here and a screw there, and another screw here, here, here. All right, so there's 5 altogether. Let's see. I'm going to open these 3 first and see what happens. The heating is on. We've had this is the 3rd batch of snow. Freaky. Yesterday I was fixing the shed roof felt in a t-shirt, and it was sunny, 13-14 Celsius, and today's -2 outside with 2 inches of snow. Absolutely 2 extremes. And it's, you know, spring, flowers out and about. Now, will that budge? Oh, there we go. That comes away. Oh my word, that is really bad. Alright, this one's got a clip. I'll get to you in a minute. I could take these off, but these wires are so thin and fragile, guys. I just don't want to risk it. This guy, he seriously needs a clean. He is so bad in there. Alright. So that's part of that one. I'm just gonna move this because they're all gonna get sucked up by the Hoover, and we don't want that. Alright. I hope I remember where all the screws goes. If not, I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay. There's the wiggle, it comes away, but that's connected to the PSU here, so bring him back. Now, when you open up a PSU, guys, loosen, then diagonally loosen that one, and same when you go to tighten. That noise is from the spring loaded. So then here, and then diagonal. Okay, and diagonal. So keep doing that until it's away. I know the compound that's on there, it's going to be completely dry and brittle, so it's not going to do its job. There we are, ready. There you go, guys. So this is your heat sink. Fan heats, cools, and if I show you under, look at that, it's completely dried. That's not doing its job. There's the guy. So what we're going to do now, leave that here, leave that there. That's to be cleaned. I'm going to take that guy out so he doesn't get in the way. And for him, you just press on this little clip here and push away. It's just a spring release arm there. Take him out, and that's your this is a dual core that came with this one. I'll leave a link below. You can add a quad core successfully in there, and I'll leave a link, the name of it, in the description, guys, if you wanted to upgrade the CPU to a quad core. I've told you already you can upgrade the hard drive to SSD drive, but if you put a 2-point SSD drive in, you've got to get a caddy like adapter, dead cheap, £3-4 on eBay, and it goes into the current one. Alright, so let's give this a clean. How do I clean this, guys? So how do we clean the CPU? First, with a tissue, get all the excess off. So there, just gently wipe away. There it goes. Just work your way around. Okay, any loose bits? Oh, sorry, that doesn't meant to happen. Just drop it. Okay, you should be doing it somewhere else. Alright, guys, so look how clean that is. That's ready, almost. I'm going to use a solution as well. So clean all around this edge. Done. Now we got ISO. Open it up. Dab just a little bit onto tissue. There it is. And then grab your CPU and just wipe it all clean, all around in those little gaps and edges. And I show you, that's wet. Look how fast it dries. Give it a wipe to help out. There it is. See how fast that dried? Alright, so that's the good thing, is there's no residue left. And now the new heat thermal compound will do its job to its full potential. So that's done. Put that to one side. Now we got to clean exactly the same technique, the heatsink. Alright, so let me be back doing that one. Wipe away. Wow, look at that. That's a copper. That's how it should look. Alright, so let me do that. So I had enough of the solution on there to clean that off as well. And just drop these excess over here. There we are. So give you a good clean. Alright, so there's even some other stuff on there. So that's ready now, but I've got to clean on this side. Look at that. Can you see? See all that? That is not letting this do its job properly. And that's how nice and now fully function, ice cold, it should look. Brilliant. Put that to one side. Now we're going to do a similar thing with this fan and this the best we can, and generally all around in there. All right, here we go. With one hand the hoover and one hand dislodging the brush stuff, okay? Be gentle, guys. Don't rush. Okay guys, now I'm going to do the compressed air. The reason I'm going to have the hoover on is because I don't want the dust to go too much over my house. So here we go. Put the hoover on. Whoa, did you see that? Actually, let's put it this way. Wow, that looks clean now. I can't believe how much came out. So I'm going to hold the pan here. So that one is done, I believe. Leave that one there. Now his turn. Wow. Now I'm just going to give everything a quick blast, guys, in there. Compressed air, and the reason I've got the vacuum is to catch as much as I can. Start from furthest. Lift the CPU one up, because we don't want any debris in there. Cool, noisy part done. Now, the thermal compound. Here we go. What we got? We've got our CPU. Now I remember this part was to the square here, but just when you put CPU back, it's got two little catch here. Make sure they fall in. Don't force it, just drop it and it should just slot on. Close that. Bring the clip round, go around, and my rubber glove is stuck. There we are. All right, now heatsink there. No, start again. Thermal compound on there, heatsink on top. You don't need too much, because when it gets compressed down, it spreads. Go for good quality, guys. Don't go for the cheap ones. Now the way I like to put it is in a square shape, but about 1/2 centimeter in. And then just very little, make a square. Some people just like to put a big dollop in the middle. There we go. All right, syringe done. This way, and I believe the cable was underneath. we're gonna put this back on, line it up. Now what you're gonna do is, I like to do it like this, guys, is I just like to give you a little wiggle. That's it. Alright, now we're gonna put this back on. 2 screws for the heat sink location. They've got a little bit of give, about 1 to 1.5 mil. So don't fully tighten them, because they will be moved a little. So they're just location. I'm going to undo this one a bit. See, it moves. Now watch why that's important, because there, you see I had to wiggle that to get that on there. Give you a good press. Okay, so remember diagonals, guys. Tighten little, not all of it, then tighten that one, then that one, then that one. If you're trying to get this plate to go straight down, not there, then there, then there. You, there. You do the same procedure for when you should be actually doing a tire change. Go opposites. It's easier if you have nice and tight. Done. Done. PC will run much cooler, much more reliable after this. It's working less hard. Tighten that one and that one. Now locate these guys. Make sure. Now look at that, I almost done that. I left the cable underneath, which is part of the power supply. And make sure that's out. There we are. Nothing should be under, and the wire of this one goes under this bar. You could have it over, but you don't need to. And it's got a insulated part if this gets warm. So good job. Now where's my 3 screws? That one. It is these guys. We call them mushroom, with a built-in washer. So what we've done here is, guys, we have done a full internal service almost for this guy. So next thing to go on is a power supply, and it goes cables in here, that bit under there. I just like to do this right now. Where's that part? That way. Done. And there we are. Now connect this one here. Done. Cable under, cable inside. Flatten it here as much as you can before putting the clip on. Doesn't want to go on. Okay, you're on. Now I'm going to tighten this before anything else gets in the way. Now for this one was the silver, I believe, guys. Yeah, black on silver it was. Same again, working diagonals. Oh, a little bit too much there. Magnetic. Go straight in. Huh? What's happening here, buddy? Ah, it was in location. That's it. Done. Done. Okay. Now I'm going to put it this one side. Now I I think this gets in the way of the other one, so I'm gonna try and put this on here first. No, it doesn't want to go in because that's it. It should go in there. So no escape of air, maximum efficiency. Just make sure this part goes slightly inside there. There's a lip. Cool. So that's nice location. Better. Now I've opened it up a couple of times. There we are. Make sure it goes under this aluminium piece here. 4 screws. I'm not 100% sure the purpose of this, but I think it's for the caddy to location and a safe holding place, so the hard drive's heat is not going onto the motherboard. And I say again, guys, if anyone's managed to put Windows 10 on this PC and work all the components or most of it, I would love to know, guys. Let me know in the comment section. Is anyone running Windows 10 on this Dell XPS 1 A2010? Alright, let's hit a bit of don't forget your big one for here. There we are. Hard drive now. 2 points here, 1 point here. Line up, put it in that way, and then location done. There's a gap underneath for heat dispensing. And before we do it, let's connect these. Actually, doesn't matter. Now we've got 3 for this one. Them black ones. Solid. Now the 2 with a small built-in washer is for this guy. He's gonna work hard and go through a lot of vibration, and also you can tell by his design he's got location here, location there, so obviously they don't want that to move. Done. Just always double check. Nice. Done. That wire's connected. Didn't take that one out. That's underneath. Done. That's connected. Hard drive connection now. So we've got the chassis left to put on here. 3 screws. We've connected the hard drive. Given the once over, everything's connected nice and tight. Always check, double check, guys. Can never check enough. Done. Nothing loose. That's in. That's all good. Now this chap, he is very straightforward, I believe. So it says there. So 1, 2, 3. 3 black ones. So I find most of these are blacks are on the metal and the silver ones are on anything that's plastic. Hey, oh, not 4, there's another one here, don't forget. Ooh, it's like I've got 4 screws and I've just said 3. Where's the other one come from? Panic station. So this one has lip here and lips inside to make sure it falls into place. Cool. And finally, you, my friend, push you down a couple of mils away. There, click. There, click. Make sure all around the lip is located on and nothing is sticking out. This one's always had a problem with this drive here. Alright, so pull it up and we've got our last 2 long screws to put on, one here and one there. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, share, and go ahead. And it's getting 10 years old. There's lots you can do with this PC, guys.